So today we're going to be simplifying expressions. Simplifying expressions. Now there is a sequence to follow, so we'll write down, there's just 2 steps. Okay, our first step is going to be distributive property. Distributive property. And that's simply taking the outside number times each one inside. That's the distributive property. Okay, our second step is to combine like terms. So I'm just going to say combine, and I'm just going to abbreviate LT, like terms. Combine like terms, things that are the same. Okay, so those are the steps that we're going to be doing. That's the order. Okay, so this is number 1 problem, not the first step, but there's number 1 problem. I should have done something differently there. But it's 2 times 3x minus 7 minus x. And remember, our first step is to do distributive property. If there is any, that's what we would do first. All right, so take the outside times the inside. Take this times 3 and times negative 7. 2 times 3 is 6, so that's 6x. And 2 times negative 7. 2 times 7 is 14. And there's 1 negative. I'm multiplying 1 negative, therefore it's negative 14. And then I'll bring this down right here. This is minus x. Now if you remember, there's the invisible 1 in front of the x. That's the coefficient right there. You can just draw that in if you want. So we need to go ahead and put our x's together, our coefficients. And I see I have a 6x and a minus 1x, or negative 1x. Well, 6x and negative 1. 6 and negative 1, 6 minus 1 is 5. And then this is all I have left, is minus 14. And now it is simplified. That's all we can do. So we did distributive property and then combined like terms. Okay, our second problem, example. 5 minus 2 times 4x plus 2. Okay, remember our first step is distributive property. Distributive property. That's our first step. So do that first. Don't subtract. Do distributive property. So as I do distributive property, that means I have a outside here. This is a negative. Think of this as negative 2. All right? So you have a negative 2 times each one inside. So negative 2 times 4. 2 times 4, excuse me, is 8. 8x, and there's 1 negative. I'm multiplying with 1 negative. And I have 2 times 2, that's 4. And I'm using 1 negative. I'm multiplying with 1 negative, so it is negative. All right, so I took care of this. I did distributive property. Now I can just bring down this 5. Okay, this is a common mistake where people will subtract before distributive property. That would be incorrect. Okay, now let's combine like terms. Let's see, I have a negative 8x And that's it. That's it for the coefficients. Negative 8x. And what about the constants? I have a 5 and a minus 4. 5 minus 4. That's 1. That's a positive 1. So you would write plus 1. And that is it. That's all you can do to simplify it. So try not to subtract first or you'll end up with the wrong answer. So remember, it's distributive and then combine like terms. All right, so our third problem is similar. 6 minus 4 times 3x minus 1 plus x. Okay, so our first step is to do distributive property. Do not subtract. Do distributive property. That's negative 4 times 3 and then times negative 1. So 4 times 3 is 12. It's 12x. And there's one negative. Okay, the next one, 4 times 1 is 4. And there are two negatives. You're multiplying two negatives. Negative 4 times negative 1. Well, that would make it positive. Two negatives cancel when multiplying. Now I'm just going to bring the rest of it down. I have this 6. And I have this plus x. Okay, and I think we already know that if you see there's no coefficient, that's the invisible one. I'll just make it visible. So let's see, I have coefficients. I have negative 12x and I have a positive 1x. Negative 12 plus 1 and 1. 1 positive, 12 negatives. Well, there's more negatives. And there are 11. That's 11x. Those two together. All right, and then I have 6 and a positive 4. 6 and positive 4. 6 and 4 would make 10. And that's all we can do. This is simplified. We did distributive first, and then we combine like terms. Okay, number 4, we have 2 parentheses 2x minus 3 plus 4 times x plus 1. All right, so kind of long. There's actually 2 times you use distributive property. And so we want to do that first. So the outside times each number inside. So 2 times 2, that's 4. And then I have 2 times negative 3. 2 times 3, and there's one negative. So it's negative. When I'm multiplying, count negative signs. All right, now I have a 4 times x. 4 times, wait a minute, there's no, oh, there it is right there. It's a 1x. So 4 times 1 is 4. Now, is that a positive 4 or negative 4? That's positive, or 4x. That's a positive 4x. So I'll just put a plus in front of it. And then I have 4 times positive 1. 4 times 1 is 4. It's just positive 4. All right, now I look for like terms. Let's see, I have my x's, 4x, and another positive 4x, 4x and 4x. That's 8x. Now I look up my constants. I have negative 6, positive 4. Okay, there's more negative, so the answer I know is negative. I mean, this part's negative. And that would be 6 take away 4 is 2. And there we go. Simplified. Okay, I ran out of room, so I'm just going to go up to the top of the page, and we'll just do one more problem, kind of a challenge one. So this one's a little bit longer. So it's 2 minus 5 times 3x plus 2. Okay, one more. Minus 4 times negative 4x minus 3. Wow, that's a long problem. That's a long problem, but it is something that also is required by 7th graders to know how to do. On the state exam, they require that. Not that you get it all the time. All right, so first of all, let's do, what's that? Distributive property. Do distributive property first, the arrows. All right, so don't subtract. So I'm going to take negative 5 times 3. That's 5 times 3 is 15, 15x. And there's one negative, so I'll put a minus in front of it. Then I have negative 5 times 2. 5 times 2. And there's one negative. I'm using one negative, so it is negative. Okay, the next one. Now, this minus 4 is the same as, it's treated the same as negative 4. So we're going to do negative 4 times negative 4. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16. So that's 16x. And notice I'm multiplying two negatives. That means it's positive, right? Two negatives cancel when multiplying. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead negative 4 times negative 3. 4 times 3 is 12, and two negatives cancel when multiplying. So it is a plus 12. Okay, wait, oh, I forgot to bring down the 2. Now I can go ahead and combine like terms. So let's first put together the coefficients. So we have negative 15x, and I have positive 16x. So 16 take away 15. That's 1x. If you want to put 1x, you can put 1x. That's okay. 1x. All right, now let's take a look at our, use a different color here, make it a little easier. How about let's take care of the constants. I have a 2, a negative 10, and a 12. Okay, let me just kind of go backwards. I have 12, take away 10, that's 2, and 2 and 2 makes 4. All right, so that is your answer. So it could be written like that, or it could be written as just x plus 4. Okay, so you don't have to put the 1 there. Many times they don't put the 1 there. Remember, it's the invisible, miserable 1. Why is it miserable? Because 1 is the loneliest number.